Now more than ever, Lowe's knows you don't just want a low price, you want the lowest price. And with our lowest price guarantee, you can count on us for competitive prices on all your home improvement projects. If you find a qualifying lower price somewhere else on the same item, we'll match it. Lowe's, we help, you save. Price match applies the same item, current price at qualifying retailers. Exclusions and terms apply. Learn how we'll match price at lowes.com/lowest price guarantee.
I've been feeling kind of strange lately. I don't know what's going on, baby. Ever since I came back from out of town, something telling me some bullshit is going down. Boy, is it someone else you're seeking? My vitals telling me you're creeping. Finding numbers in your jeans, you're talking in your sleep. Phantom rattlesnake at me, get all your teeth.
No more sitting at home alone while you're out with somebody else. No more staring at the phone, 'cause I can do bad all by myself. It's obvious how things change within a year. Whoa ha ha, whoa ha ha, whoa ha ha ha. Whoa ha ha, whoa ha ha, whoa ha ha ha. Whoa ha ha, whoa ha ha, whoa ha ha ha. Whoa ha ha ha, whoa ha ha ha. Whoa ha ha ha, whoa ha ha ha. Whoa ha ha, 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 whoa ha ha. Take it, Jay.
Whoa ha, whoa ha, whoa ha ha. Whoa ha, whoa ha, whoa ha ha. Whoa ha, whoa ha, whoa ha ha. Whoa ha ha, whoa ha ha. Whoa ha ha, whoa ha ha. Woo! Stupid.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Blackish Show About Nothing on WKNTRY.
It's wicked Kntry.
You are listening to WKNTRY.
Oh, yes. Back with another episode. Yeah, we happy Beyonce week.
Yeah.
Beaster, if you will, to those who celebrate.
You're about to piss like a good handful of people off, and I enjoy that.
Oh, that's fabulous.
Yeah. They're gonna say Beaster.
Yes, Beaster, because on the third day, you know,
she is
the
risen.
album was risen.
No, it was.
Yeah, it was. How was your week?
My week was good. Yes. Went to brunch with Bobby. Oh, wait, hold on. You know what time it is. I'm so sorry before I get into my own personal business.
Yes. Update.
We are at the time of recording on 178 days of genocide in Gaza. The Israeli government and army is not letting up in their evil and wicked. They bombed the Iranian embassy in Damascus. They've murdered civilians in the Al-Shifa hospital. Remember, they have also killed the head doctor at Al-Shifa hospital for not abandoning his patients, essentially. Passed a ban on Al Jazeera, which cuts communication. They are bombing in Rafah now, which, remember, that is supposed to be a quote-unquote safe zone, but nowhere at this point is a safe zone. And what you all are probably seeing a lot of is they also bombed a UN vehicle. killing
Kitchen.
for the world that were killing for foreign volunteers who worked for the World Central Kitchen, as well as the driver who was from Gaza, whose name is Issam. So the fact that they I want to be clear, I feel like the leader of the World Kitchen Organization, Chef Jose or something, he's with the Zionist shit. Okay, like he's friendly with them now, which means you all killed folks who are supposed to essentially be a part of you just because you want to starve these people out, right? Which means this is not about any of what your initial rhetoric was. Nothing about y'all don't give a fuck about a hostage. Y'all don't give a fuck about nothing that might be a part of your people or whatever the case is. Your goal is to eradicate not only the Palestinian people, but now they're moving into other parts of the Middle East. Remember, they already attacked Yemen, a while back, Jerusalem. So like this is just pure evil running rampant at this point. We're watching it, and it is heart-wrenching because it feels like there is no let up. But again,
no light, no hope, no future kind of thing.
Yeah, it's not. I don't love what's happening. I just pray that they're gonna get their just fucking due. Okay, they're just fucking due. Like there has to be a reckoning behind all of this that has been allowed to be done. So yeah, we're just sitting on that. Everything feels ominous. Everything feels ominous in all reality, but you all know here at Jaden XD, every week we are going to keep you updated and speak against this shit because it ain't right. It's just not okay.
It's not okay. And it feels very difficult because in this situation you feel helpless, right? Because there are moments when you think about like Black Lives Matter and things where you can almost take it to the streets because you know that it's in our communities, right? And that kind of
absolutely.
thing. And this is so abroad, and it's like I can't do anything, and this is like flat out genocide. Like I don't know how else to describe it.
And for my cousins who are not as well versed in what's going on, and they're very much like, well, I don't know what this got to do with me. I'm Black in America. I need to focus on that. I hear you, but also, let's be clear. All of this shit is overlapped and intersected. At a certain point, I want you all to understand that Chicago has one of the highest incarceration rates in the country. They love to arrest a nigga in Chicago, okay? Yes, wrongfully and otherwise unjustly. But so I want you all to be clear that also a lot of the training that officers from Chicago receive is from Israel military complex. So they are getting their training from them. So the same people who are over here bombing and obliterating the people of Palestine are the same people who are training the people who are also on our asses over here. The shit all has something to do with each other. And that is why we need to pay attention. This is not right on a human level. This does affect us. And if you have any bit of humanity in you, then you will understand that this shit is out of motherfucking control.
Yeah.
But anyway, that was that we had to do our due diligence. As far as my week, I just been I've been in a there's a lot going on. It's retrograde. We had an eclipse. We had a new moon. It's all kinds of shit.
Dougie.
It's just all kinds of shit happening, and I'm just trying to keep some kind of grounding to keep from floating the fuck off somewhere.
I hear you.
Yeah.
Samesies.
Yeah.
Dubs came to visit me.
Hey.
She brought some fabulous people over. Shout out to them. I do know. Shout out to S. Monet, Shakira Monet. She is a artist who and well-known conspiracy theorist. We had a very in-depth conversation about. You would enjoy them.
Where's my tinfoil?
Tinfoil caps was on a plenty, but they brought up a lot of salient points about follow the money,
Mm.
and that will find a lot of answers to a lot of things as to why people aren't speaking out about certain things, or why certain religious groups or religious groups that think they're religious groups are so in power. It's follow the drinking gourd kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
But yeah, that was my weekend. Also work related, and shout out to, hold on, I want to get them right.
Oh, well, while you pull that up, I would like, I forgot actually last week to shout out the Infused Supper Club. A supper club, obviously, you understand what is part of that here in Brooklyn.
Oh yeah.
It is an invite only situation, but you can follow them on social media, and they're absolutely fantastic. They collaborate with different chefs to do different culinary experiences.
That sounds
That
dope.
includes our favorite plant, and so. I told them I want to do a collaboration with them, so we're going to talk about that. But I want to shout them out. Beautiful black husband and wife, a couple who just put together it's when I tell you it is a dinner party. Okay, it is proper wine pairings and cocktails
Ooh.
and charcuterie before the food stuffs happen, and then also the charcuterie, the weed charcuterie that comes out with all of the different things that you can purchase. It's clearly 420 friendly. And are y'all fucking serious? It's clearly 420 friendly in the environment, but also like the tablescapes are beautiful. And then so it was a young Haitian chef. I should pull her name up as well. But it was a young Haitian chef, and when I tell you she did that, she did that. So I had a grand time. So shout out to the Infused Supper Club. Yeah, but who are you about to shout out?
Shout out to the Let Me Stay Focused podcast. They shouted us out.
Hey, thank you.
They were quoting us about how when we had our Niecy Nash moment, and we were talking about how being independent is very difficult, but you just keep on going. And I encourage all young podcasters, except if you are on some bullshit about relationship podcasts, like stop those.
Oh yeah, or the ones that say females.
Yes, like in those.
Yeah.
At once. Post it. But the rest of you all, yes, the rest of you all keep going.
Yeah.
There's, we're still grassroots ourselves, but it's nice to know that other folks recognize us in the struggle and look to us as a beacon of light and to know what's what. And it's like it makes us feel all warm and fuzzy inside.
Yeah, we love y'all.
Yeah. So my week was cool outside of that, but I'm gonna tell you what pissed me off. It's a topic on Substack.
Okay.
This coming week.
Okay.
I am 85 past tired of this conversation about black gays with white men in Hollywood.
Let me just not my monkeys, not my circus.
Gerard Carmichael has this new emotionally violent show that the Max has decided to bestow on us. About him and his Johnny Come Lately journey into his sexuality. And
don't you're so mean.
I don't give a
I know you don't.
Listen,
I know.
I crossed in 97. I know who the fuck I was.
Not crossed.
So
I'm gay.
I knew it.
Any questions? And be cool, because I'm not above kicking anybody's ass.
I've been in
I
this
feel like
game
that was the year I smoked my first black and mild, so me too.
Listen, I'm in this game almost 30 fucking years, okay? I am Grand Basilisk out this motherfucker. However, but you know, there's this clip going around about him and Tyler the Creator and him sharing, and like it basically Gerard was like, "Why don't you love me?" And then Tyler the Creator was like, "Oh, there's tacos."
Wait, what? Hold on. Wait. Gerard Carmichael
Yeah.
is expressing his love for Tyler the Creator.
Yes, or has done so in the past.
Oh, and he paid him
so
dust. Okay, copy.
paid him dust, and eventually, and while he's doing that, Tyler's like,
You said,
talking
"Ooh,
about
there's tacos."
Yeah, that's literally what happened. And eventually, Tyler was like, you're like my bro. Like I hear you.
Yeah.
But also, like, you're like my brother. But also, it's been notorious that Tyler the Creator has said that he's not interested in dating anybody, colored.
Oh, did he say that? I'm not surprised. But
Oh yeah, most of the people in that that collective aren't really down.
I'm
for,
not. Yeah, because I feel
they
like
all like to.
my homegirl ran
all
into
like
Earl
to,
Sweatshirt in Bushwick, and he
Oh
definitely
yeah,
was
he
with a
don't.
dirty white girl.
He don't like.
He was with a dirty white
Yeah,
girl.
they don't like. They don't like the blacks.
No.
But I'm talking about this with Dr. Terrell. Dr. Winder.
Okay.
This week. Yes. Professor of sociology at University of Santa Barbara, University of California, Santa Barbara.
I love that.
He has some very interesting ideas and scientific ideas of why this is so. A lot of times, like historically, black men have purported themselves to be closer to white men, especially in gays, because they feel as though that it is safer to be with them. As far as health wise, because of the staggering numbers that are against us, as far as HIV and AIDS, and that is a claim, and
that sounds like when
can,
niggas said they couldn't get COVID because they was black, and that sounds crazy to me. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
that's
yeah. But I mean, when you think about access to healthcare and access to healthcare, access to resources and knowledge about who we are and safer sex practices, it errs on the caution of white men and not necessarily us. And so that was just one of the claims.
Oh, well, that's a problematic.
Yeah, but I mean, the data proves,
Yeah.
But there's also other reasons. So Substack is going to be great for that. Link in the description box.
Yes,
But
go check it out.
But with the HBO Max thing, and people, are you gonna watch it? No, I'm not, because I don't have this desire to engage in content that, like, I don't want to hate watch things anymore.
Fair.
Like, that is what's wrong with the world. Like, that's how we got Trump, right?
Yeah.
People are like, oh, I voted for him, but I didn't think he was going to win. Well, why the fuck did you vote for him then?
And let's be clear, this is not to be mistaken with Love After Lockup. That's a hate to love to watch. Okay, that's different.
Yeah. And sometimes we often root for these people. Like Baby Nuck just got out.
Hello.
I am.
Lamar has been on I might put him on my Galactic
RIP to his
team.
cousin.
Oh.
Yeah, and RIP to his cousin who just got shot and killed. Again, violence in the streets, senseless.
Also,
we gotta stop that in our own country.
Yeah, but it comes from the top where you all won't do anything about gun reform, motherfuckers.
Exactly. So anywho, yeah, I'm tired of hate watching. I'm also tired of engaging in content where black men continue to do mental gymnastics about like I date other outside of my race because of X, Y, and Z, when it's really about I have issues with black people internally.
Yeah, for whatever reason.
For whatever the
life.
fuck reason. Like I'm not saying like I hate niggas who date white men. That's not what I'm saying at all. It's just the rationale behind it.
Well, when it gets
it's never going to gel with me. And I'm always going to look at you fucking sideways. And you're never going to be valid in a conversation when it comes to blackness and black life.
No, absolutely not. Not when you carry those problematic ideologies. And again, like you said, it's not about interracial love. This is not about that. This is not about loving versus love. But Jade and XD are being responsible right now.
We are.
But we will be Jade and XD later.
Yes.
Y'all can read between. You're agents of chaos. You understand. Anywho, this is not about loving versus loving.
Love who you love.
This is about the people who have problematic ideologies and are self-hating and project that outwards and then give us their reasoning on why they date. Why they date people who are not black. And that's the problem that I have. Like, if it's a nigga who's like, I just happen to fall in love with this girl, it just is what it is. It is what it is.
Yeah.
I got interracial friends, a couple.
Yeah,
I guess.
I'm not attacking you for
But when you're like, well, black women are, okay, then you can just shut the fuck up forever. I don't have to hear anything else that comes out of your mouth because you're about to be on some bullshit. And that's who I don't want to hear from.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And that's coming from a lot. Like, especially with this conversation, people are like, well, maybe we should examine why he hates, why he's with us, because his family has taught him that being gay is wrong, and so he has internalized this and he's going the opposite way.
Perhaps.
No, I guess, but fuck that.
But
Go
that doesn't
talk
mean
to the lady.
Yeah, perhaps that is why he did. I mean, Quincy Jones only procreated with white women, and he's never he tried to say that he was not exclusively attracted to women who are non-black, but also Quincy Jones' grandmother was a slave enslaved, and Quincy Jones' mother was a schizophrenic, which ended up leading to some abusive behaviors and things that projected trauma onto him. And while he can be understanding of his mother's condition, it also created trauma. And in that, now he goes procreate with white women. And the only reason we know Rashida's black is because her name is Rashida, and that's okay.
You look amazing.
Hello, wow.
Gorgeous.
Thank you so much.
You look like you've just come off like an island or something. You're very tan, very tropical.
I mean, I'm ethnic.
Thought she was Latino.
Yeah.
We had to get immature for a second. But
yeah, like I think about like
okay, yeah, no, you know what? Yeah, well, let's just
not on the beyond the paywall. Behind the paywall, we can
expound.
But either way, I just we're discussing that on Substack this week because I was like, ooh, and I got so many messages like, XD, are you covering this? Hell no, I'm not. Anywho, I'm also. No, I'm not watching it. Stop hate watching things. That's why Tyler Perry, like, that demon won't go away because you all keep watching Moolah Koopla or whatever the fuck. Shit won't go the fuck away.
I know, they won't stop watching Kerbits or Kerbits.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait. But I did see a clip earlier of Felicia Rashad. Like he's trying to be sneaky, you see.
Where she's talking about
her pussy. Like she's like, or like old girl from 3LW. She's like, I fucked all the I fucked every member of B2K or whatever the girl said. Yeah. I let him run a train on me, and she's like, "Ooh, Melvin guy, I let him fuck me with his toes," and I just like it was. Just,
what is going on?
You're not gonna rope me into watching one of those productions because Felicia Rashad is talking about her pussy and she's never done that before. I'm not falling for the okie joke.
I'm not. You're not going to get me.
I already got once this week with Cowboy Carter, and I have to right my wrongs, and that's cool. But I'm not. You're not gonna be sneaky with me.
That also pissed me off. Not the album. The album's amazing.
Oh, incredible.
I'm going to talk about because people are having this argument, cyclical argument about some shit she's never said. Beyonce don't talk to us. Y'all get mad and think that Beyonce said shit, but it's not. It's these other folks and critics that be saying these conversations. She's never said anything. You know what I mean? True. Beyonce just releases music and then goes the fuck home. A Virgo.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's y'all who get mad at other people.
I know. And then they start breaking down and philosophizing and all kinds of things.
Yeah. Like,
we'll get there.
Maybe we just, everybody needs a collective break and a nap. You know?
Oh, absolutely.
Get y'all a Nature Valley bar, a Pop-Tart.
Not those
you know,
teeth breaking bars.
something to concentrate on something the fuck else so you can relax.
It's true.
Okay. What's them little squeeze things that they used to have that had the face? Like I
the
just feel
stress
like everybody's
balls.
stress ball. Everybody's on the fuck edge and not making any sense. And I just want people to just
we gotta go. We need to go into
like
another
Toni Braxton.
lockdown. We gotta go into another. I'm gonna tell you. When the
I
birds were
to
singing,
reverse the effects of the first one.
yes, but also 4 a.m. I know. Let's go with our time machines.
Like a fly, like how a fly has to block on some shit at twice, so it reverses the effect of the bacteria.
What's
laid
the
the first
butterfly
time.
effect shit? Everybody, pull out your notebooks and let's try to reverse. We got to do something.
Yeah,
But I will never forget when the birds was chirping at 4:00 in the morning. I said, "The earth is happy. The earth is happy,
Yeah.
and so am I." And these
Yeah.
niggas are shutting the fuck up, and I love it.
Oh my gosh, we had fresh air for a solid 3 weeks in the.
It was crazy. I was like, I've never.
I know.
It's smogless.
Let's pay some bills.
Yes.
Quickly, every week, thank you for listening to us. Spread the word about the cult of chaos. We're trying to go global out this motherfucker, even though we are. I mean, we're clearly the most famous podcast ever. We're the most famous podcast nobody knows about. So,
And we're huge in South Africa.
Exactly.
Hello.
Huge in Ghana.
Okay.
So, make it happen. I know, which is so weird. Like, I look at that numbers, right? And it was just like, this is a co-host is gay as hell and y'all anti. So maybe we're the beacon that those queer people in Ghana listen to. Like I said, the gay people that work at Chick-fil-A.
Oh, you're right. Like God's Mercy, I think was that boy. What was that guy's name? Anyway.
I know who you're talking about. As soon as you said it, like I know who you're talking about.
It's like give God glory. I don't know. The mother gave.
It's like God is glory or something like that.
Yes. A pleasant
shout out
young
to you,
man.
Queen.
Yes, a pleasant young person.
Royalty,
exactly.
But again, thanks for listening, everybody. Tell a friend, spread the word about the cult of chaos. Tell them to become an agent. It's lit over here on this side of the internet.
Yeah.
Head down to our Patreon. It's $9.99. It's an amazing time. We talk about white shit, black shit, and everything in between. Shit that you'd have to discuss behind a paywall, because otherwise we might not make it. And let's just go with that. We're currently covering Mary Mary, which, by the way, I had to watch ahead just because I know there's a point we're gonna have to stop watching it because I do remember it gets annoying at some point.
Okay.
And I realized where it got. I was like, ooh.
Okay.
It
was Tina, wasn't
messy.
it? Oh.
No, it's actually Erica that's the problem.
Oh.
Yeah. It's annoying when they try to like do when they both release solo stuff. It gets annoying.
Okay.
But we're watching Mary Mary
Yes.
on Patreon. We're also watching The Hills this month. Oh, this month, friends. Life After Lockup is returning.
Oh yeah.
So get with the program. Get with Hopra. And get with Hopra. And we'll be discussing that on the Patreon.
Yes.
I can't wait for that. They have a queer couple this season, so you already know it's about to be mess. And pause. Stop the music, Abe. Speaking of queer couples, Gabe from 90 Day Fiancé The Other Way, our trans king, getting a divorce from Miss from Colombia.
Yeah, I'm not so surprised.
You're not surprised?
No. She was a piece of work.
Yeah, apparently she left him and like went missing and shit. Like, yeah.
Oh wait, what? Now that
they don't talk.
Okay.
Yeah, they don't talk. It was an article on People. on People Magazine or people.com, because I don't know. Do they make magazines anymore?
I think so.
Well, on the people.com,
Okay.
the Agents of Chaos put it in the Discord, which, by the way, join the Discord. You get all the tea and then some. It's such a wonderful community down there in the Discord.
I love
They're so
I
helpful.
love what you all have done with the place, honestly.
Yes.
I feel like a slumlord, I do, but you guys are great tenants, so it's wonderful.
Yeah, it's wonderful. But yeah, the Agents of Chaos provided the information because I log in and I was like, "Ooh, tea, what's going on?"
They keep us updated. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's a wonderful community that we have fostered and engendered here, and I love it here. So thank you all, Agents of Chaos.
Yes.
And join the fun and check the description box wherever you're listening. And
Don't forget to
today-
indoctrinate your children. You know, that's important.
Exactly.
We've got to legalize us. I just made that word up.
Yeah.
Oh.
join the JXD org.
Exactly. Hello. Cult of Chaos.
Yeah. So,
Only cult you're
this
allowed
week-
to leave him.
Exactly. This week we're talking Cowboy Carter and then some.
Yeah.
So
all kinds of things.
hit it, Claude.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Our teacher educators like me are white. Most of our policymakers are white. Most of our curriculum writers and textbook writers are white. So if we want to talk about race in education and we're not talking about whiteness, then we don't have the whole picture.
And we're black.
Okay, before we get to Cowboy
Mm-hmm.
Carter,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where this is gonna send us, but I thought it was important to bring it here because I was exposed to it. Have you ever heard of the Black Smurf?
No.
Okay. So a good friend of mine went to Belgium this weekend, and there's a Smurfs museum. I don't know why, but there's a Smurfs museum.
Are Smurfs like Bell
Actually,
German?
I don't know. Let's look. See, I told you I didn't know where this was going to take us. The Smurfs.
Belgique.
I mean, I wouldn't. Wouldn't be. Yes, the Smurfs is a Belgian comic franchise centered on a fictional colony of small blue humanoid creatures who live in. Okay, yes, that part we know. I didn't know it was Belgian. So that's why they have a
okay.
Smurf museum. Answered one of our questions. Okay, now hold, please.
Mm-hmm.
So she sends me this video. I'll show you all here. Now, do you see?
Yes.
Okay. So I just showed them on the Patreon the Black Smurf by a tree in this museum. Now, you know when they give you the little like rundown of what stuff means.
Uh-huh.
So they're giving you some of the background of the Black Smurf. In Belgian, it's Les Schtroumpfs Noirs. Or is that French?
Mm-hmm. It's French.
This is
they
French.
Speak French in
Yes.
Belgium, no?
Yes, they speak French and Dutch. That's what it is. Okay, so in French, it's Les Schtroumpfs. That's how you spell Smurfs in French. Schtroumpfs.
L-E is le.
Yeah, Les Schtroumpfs Noirs. Okay.
Le pays Schtroumpf se trouve loin, très loin d'ici. C'est là que vivent les Schtroumpfs. Outre leur petite taille et leur peau bleue, les Schtroumpfs ont un langage bien particulier. Ils parlent Schtroumpf.
On va Schtroumpfer un peu aujourd'hui.
In Dutch, it's Die Zwarte Smurfen, okay? And in English, the Purple Smurfs. But they're black. Now listen. Listen to this description on the wall at the museum. The purple Smurfs are Smurfs who have been stung by Bzz the fly. They become aggressive towards other Smurfs and transmit their disease by biting unaffected Smurfs' tails.
Oh, that is definitely race coded.
Absolutely. And I don't pay much attention to the Belgian, but now I'm about to, because I need to know what I need to look into you all's history, what part of this colonization you had a part in, because let's be all of them complicit. There's some obvious ones, you know what I'm saying? There's a reason why there's a city called Port of Spain in Trinidad. There's obvious ones, but then some of y'all be trying to act like you don't have parts, but you had parts, and I need to go look and see what parts the Belgian had.
I don't think any European nation is absolved or exempt from any type of colorism or racism or classism. I feel like Europeans people in general love an idea to be better than somebody else, and the easiest way to do that is via skin color. So like I people would inject that in anything that they can, especially cartoons. Just indoctrinate children on a quick level, you know what I mean? A small microcosm.
We have seen level. Those little clips that the KKK uses to indoctrinate the children, and we already know that they indoctrinate the children from babyhood in Israel. That they've been doing that ever since they were given that land that was not theirs. They indoctrinated them children and told them that a good Palestinian is a dead Palestinian. So and then we already know what the ideology is of us worldwide, which is why the purple Smurf, quote unquote, that black Smurf becomes aggressive, is aggressive and bites other Smurfs. What the fuck?
What's wild to me is the idea of mortality in other countries. I can't ever say us as a people, as black people, right? Living in America, wish death upon, you know what I mean? Whereas I have seen videos of just Israeli people in the streets y'all deserve to die, we're gonna kill you, and yada yada. That's so strong, and it's just how people view life in other countries and how barbaric or
what's more bizarre is the fact that those people that you're talking about are from New Jersey or Newburgh or Westchester.
Yeah, but it's just where would you get so much rage and hate in your chest to get hot here?
Entitlement.
To just make sure that you have to I have to make sure these people are dead. Because how are these people a threat to you?
It's entitlement.
You know what I mean?
And that's why Tristan he doesn't like the term. In our house, we don't use white supremacy anymore. We use white psychosis, because that is the only thing that can explain why you are so staunch and stand so firm in your wrongness and in your entitlement. It's white psychosis.
Yeah.
You are clear. Something is off in here.
Yeah. There is this
and dead in here.
Video I saw. I just posted on my stories today. But they were talking about I don't know if they were trans, but they were talking about this Latin person. They were talking about defocusing on white supremacist work, right? And more focusing on pro-blackness work, because they were like, if I keep focusing on anti-racism work, that's work for white people.
Exactly.
And that's the work that they need to do, because I didn't create racism. I didn't create this. And they were like, my now work is going to be focused on pro-blackness and what that means, because in order for us to elevate as a society, we do need to focus on joy. We do need to focus on
empowerment,
resources and empowerment, and all those things that secure the health and future of Black people, whatever part of the diaspora we're from. And that's a whole part. That's why I tried to in our conversation decenter whiteness, because we know that don't come to here to look for us to help you be your docent or tour guide into how to be less racist. That's a your.
I'm gonna be over here with my black babies, lifting them up and pouring into them, and less focused on the bullshit that you all have spread worldwide.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, absolutely. I totally agree. Like that's white psychosis is quite the better term, right?
I agree.
Because it doesn't make sense. Because we all know that the whiteness is not supreme.
No.
It's way
the
too,
taco
it's
is, but fallible. The whiteness is not.
Talk about it. It's way too fallible to be supreme. Like y'all peel and like y'all burn like in the sun, like while being indoors. There's no way you could tell me
you can't tell me you're superior. You know? And this is not like that's just what it is. You are not better. You're not better.
Yeah.
But you all have spread this rhetoric that you're better, which is why people in Korea will bleach their skin, which is why people in Japan will bleach their skin, which is why people in India will bleach their skin and say, I want a fair-skinned person with their whole chest, which is why people in Nigeria will bleach their skin, which is why people in Flatbush will bleach their skin, because you all have spread your ideologies and made people think that this thing is better and more beautiful. And we ain't doing that no more. Beautiful
like, just like going to the Galleria here in Glendale. They'd be like, you know, I said like it's a bunch of people there who aren't white but believe they are because of the fact that they got a little money in their pocket, and because they feel like if they subscribe to white ideals, you know, they think that it gets them over. Like that's why I always laugh at these this new thing right now that affirmative action is dead. There's these certain race and ethnic groups who are coming to terms and finding out like, well, what do you mean I'm not getting it passed? I have the accolades and stuff and blah 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 blah.
Do ya?
And now they're realizing that, well, this shit was in place to protect you, girl. And now that it's gone because you fought against it,
it's no protection.
Because you thought that you were a part of, you know, the white quotient, and you're not. That's what always kills me about a certain ethnic group that comes out of Florida. I'm like, you know, I get you want to be so indoctrinated into this American dream, and don't get it twisted. At some core, you white too. But that's another thing to discuss on another day.
Yeah, but some of y'all are not, and that's another thing to discuss on another day.
Yeah, yes. Butter rum, you know, here we are in this place that, you know, what's that? Because you still a nigga. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I want people to get real about who they are in life. And I think that's a problem that folks just don't have a pure understanding of who they are in this world. And I can tell you this right now, like working in the public sector, like when you have to, like in New York, it's such a problem. Like having help, like, for example, when I used to, do like housing for people, right? And a lot of it you do have to answer like demographic data, and because you know that allocates funding for different things and whoop-de-whoop. And there are so many people of a specific ethnic group who do not understand what ethnicity is or race they are. They'll just say, oh, I'm such and such, or they'll say I'm white.
Wow.
You know,
me too.
Not understanding, and I can't. Hello, and it's like in that space, I could not explain or have a whole forum about like you was a nigga. Like I couldn't like do that right then and there because A, I wasn't allowed, and B, it's not my place, and C.
I don't. You
know what I mean?
I'm not battling. I'm not picking this battle right now.
Right? No, not at all. But I'm like looking at you, and I'm just like, you are not.
Why do you feel you have to pass for someone with 20/20 vision when you're blind as a bat? I don't feel I have to pay.
Yes, you do. It's a sickness in your brain, just like if you were trying to pass for white.
You mean I'm not white?
He's like,
I
know black puppy.
Like, right, but it's yes, and it's like you up here dark as me, speaking all sorts of Spanish, broken Spanish at that, and you gonna tell me that you gonna check the white box because you don't think you black?
I'm telling you, them fuck the heads up.
And don't get me wrong, I get the Human Genome Project, and it displays that there's no genetic identifier as to race, and I understand that. However,
No, fuck that.
if it's a social construct, then we just gonna be socially constructed motherfuckers, right?
Hello.
And like gender and sexuality and all these things, right? We just gonna have to play the game until motherfuckers figure it out, and that's not gonna happen anytime soon.
No.
Maybe the Gen Alpha people, because they're all mixed babies.
No, that sounds more confusing. It sounds like when God confused the languages.
When God allowed the you, the errant you and everything.
Yeah. Well, now that we have gotten on our soapboxes and
yes, free Palestine, free Chad, free Sudan,
yes, free Congo,
free
free Puerto Rico, free Hawaii.
Yes, protect black women, protect black trans women and trans people.
Yep.
Yes. It was Trans Day of Visibility on the 31st, and so I do want to recognize
absolutely
that,
yes,
that trans people are here and they do exist, and we honor
absolutely and have been
everybody.
This ain't new.
Yeah,
this is not new. No, I agree with you. Yeah, free everybody. And honestly, down with them. Okay, down with the evil powers that be. Like down with the evil powers that be. That's where we at.
Yeah. Let's take a break.
Yeah.
And talk about yeah. Hit it, Claude.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
They don't make albums. They just try to sell a bunch of little quick singles, and they burn out, and they put out a new one, and they burn out, and they put out a new one. People don't even listen to a body of work anymore.
We are number one. The album debuted at number one!
And we're black. So like I said earlier, it was Beaster this week. She has risen.
And your girl Noah went to church.
Did she?
Oh yes. Nana wanted to take her to church, and she wore a fascinator. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
did she?
She wore a fascinator on her head. Came home and was like, "I want to go to church next week." I said, "Okay, I'll drop you off. That ain't no problem."
First of all, Noah has always been an old Caribbean woman since she was 3. Exactly. So I'm not surprised by any of this, honestly.
It was the conviction in which she came home. It was like, I want to go to church next week.
Okay.
I was like, sure.
You go ahead, girl.
Yeah, I'll drop you off.
Yeah.
I will let her explore wherever she wants to explore. As long as it ain't no cult. If it's 47-year-old man, and housing a bunch of college kids, we're gonna have a problem. But outside of that, spiritual wise, you explore what you want.
Everybody's allowed to only wear cortez and shit like that. That's weird.
I notice every time you come home, you've got white nail polish. I don't fuck with that. I need to get to the root.
Yeah.
But all the other
Chris
stuff.
Roberts went to church too.
Did he?
Yeah. He went to white gay church. He was like, it was like church. He was like, it was church, but it was not church. Like
a Baskin Robbins. Yeah. That's what it.
Exactly.
Yeah. See?
That's what it was.
Or see,
That's
the
what it
90s,
was.
TCBY. It's not quite ice cream,
Ooh.
but you know.
So try TCBY non-fat frozen yogurt at your nearby TCBY store and say goodbye to ice cream. After all, what have you got to lose?
All the pleasure, none of the guilt. TCBY.
I miss them. That was delicious froyo.
Yeah, right, but froyo, it is froyo. I hate that name. It is not ice cream.
It's not ice cream. You may not bring your ice cream. That's what I needed to tell you. God, oh my gosh. I have to send you this song. Hold on.
The Coon song?
No.
Don't forget
Speaking
about
of white.
Kanye.
Oh gosh. Hold on. I have to send it to you.
Send it to me. Send it to me. Send it to me. Send it to me.
I didn't forgot. I meant to say this is going to be a part of the ABC show, but then I realized this is WrestleMania week, so I was like, let's do this.
Yes, I got over an hour's worth of wrestle stuff, just so you all know, on the ABC show this week. Okay, let's see here. Oh, why does he look very familiar?
Oh, yes. You know who it is.
Is this She's a Biracial?
Yes.
Okay. Ah!
The other day.
He has a whole album.
Yes. Because he's got one of, Asian girl, Indian Arabic girl, even though that's two totally different things.
Two different things.
Latina, exotic girls, biracial, big girls. Why should it matter?
So I gave it some thought.
Snow by Sean Fury.
The other day, a Caucasian woman approached me, and she said, "Sean Fury, you write a lot of beautiful songs, but how would you describe the beauty of a white woman?"
No, I can't. Wait, hold on. Okay, if you missed that, hold on. Let me go and pull this up right now. Snow.
It's
by Sean Fury.
Snow. Mm-hmm.
Okay. The lyrics say, "The other day," this is the intro where he was talking, "a Caucasian woman approached me and she said, 'Sean Fury, you write a lot of beautiful songs, but what would you describe the beauty of a white woman?' So I gave it some thought. I said, if I had to narrow it down to a word, it would go something like snow, snow, vanilla confection. I love your affection with me. Snow, snow, creamy complexion. I love your connection with me. You're giving me snow. You're giving me snow. You're giving me snow." And so forth. Thank you. Why did you share that with me?
I just meant to ruin your day the other day, and I forgot to send it to you.
Now I want to know the words to Indian Arabic girl.
The funniest part is the Asian one song, because it was like, why do you start the song like that? It's like Mulan. It's just like, what the fuck?
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
No, I'm just going to because we're here. Sorry. Oh no.
She always rocks my world. She speaks so softly.
Okay.
She touches so.
Wait, okay, this is Indian Arabic girl.
I've been praying to God each day for someone like you, angel.
Angel.
I don't know what else to do. And the reason that you're here, I want to make it clear. You're the girl I've been praying for.
Okay.
Yeah. You're my Indian Arabic girl. God is giving me. You're my Indian, Arabic girl.
A hit.
Indian Arabic girl.
Yeah, a hit.
Yeah.
It low key sound like a Stevie Wonder song.
No, you need to relax.
It
Actually,
does.
no,
It does.
You gotta
It
relax.
does. It's Jungle Fever all over again.
We all have a dark time in our lives.
She's got white girl hazy.
That's low for you to bring because you understand that was not a good time for him.
It wasn't, but I mean, hey, it is what it is, and it ain't what it ain't. You know what I mean? Let's talk Cowboy Carter.
Say move a mountain and I'll throw on my boots. You say stop the river from running, I'll build a dam or two. You say change religions, now I spend.
Cowboy Carter is great.
It is phenomenal.
Yeah.
It is.
It is a good time.
Phenomenal. Right out the gate, honestly. American Requiem.
I was like, Mama was listening to Jefferson Airplane.
Listen.
Because that wasn't country. That was some psychedelic 1967
You
rock.
heard that old Sly and the Family Stone on Nancy Boosie and like, yeah. I was like, oh, she's playing with the vocals. I am excited. So
yes. And I was like, she's back to singing again.
Oh, yeah.
Thank God.
Oh, yeah.
You know, she was singing on Renaissance, but also, you know, Renaissance was more of, you know, you know.
Yeah, but it still
gays
had
like
its
to
moments
dance.
where it got soft. You know, as Crystal likes to say, plastic off the divan. You know, Virgo's groove, like those. She was Virgo's groove. She was singing the fuck.
She was
singing the fuck.
She was. There's a lot more vocal moments on this album.
Absolutely. We have to eat our words about opera. Okay. She shut us the fuck up twice. She said, Jada XD, I love you, but you shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I was like, and mind you, it comes out of nowhere.
No, it comes in track 2, fucking Blackbird, because.
Well, I thought the opera, yeah. Oh, now with Blackbird, I didn't know what the song was about, and I realized it's about
Same.
you know, it's written for Black people in Little Rock 9, and there's the Black historical context again, which
During
proves
civil rights.
our point about Negroes being adjacent.
You know, I thought about that. Because I thought it was some appropriation pity pat. I heard the pity pats in the background. I thought it was some appropriative shit, and I was wrong. I got no problem saying.
I had to eat crow just a tiny bit. I still think the song is mid, but it sounds beautiful. Just because the message is pure and these ladies saying down on this album don't mean I have to like the song.
No, the Beatles were still.
You know what I mean? You know, I
go watch XD Substack. Anyway,
the mid on.
Okay, go watch it Substack. We gave praise where praise is due, but also, can I say something controversial yet brave? That's what it was. Now. I do really, really appreciate the fact that she did the same thing that she did with like Black is King in highlighting young Black country artists.
Yes.
And giving them their pedestal to shine so that we have more exposure and we can go give them their listens. And really, like we just talked about in the last segment or whatever the fuck you want to call our show, how we have to focus less on them and focus more on us. So it's less about like, y'all won't let us in. There's plenty of us to go support. And if that's not our typical genre to go listen to, I do love the fact that I really love the intention in this album. Even when she had Willie Nelson on it and oh my God. Was it with Willie?
Linda Martell?
Yes, but I can't remember if it was Wendy or Wendy.
Imagine.
I can't remember if it was Linda or Willie who said, it was Willie who said, sometimes it takes a person that you are safe and comfortable with to show you that you might like something that you otherwise might not have checked out. And so I like how she put that in there so that we can all really, get into this genre and see if it's something that you might want to add to the roster.
Yeah. I mean, and I think I'm thankful that I had family who was musically inclined, who enjoyed all types of music.
Yes.
So I was able to receive this with an open mind and heart. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. I loved, like you said, I love the fact that she's putting the younger generation over, right? Like making them although the Tanner girl lady, the black girl, at first she was complaining about Beyonce being country, and then she found out she was on the record. Then she was like, well, let me shut my black ass up, which,
Was she complaining?
And like when she first came out with Cowboy, Texas Hold'em, she was like, because a lot of these people didn't know they were going to be on the album until like when they found out. So like they were just like, wait a minute, oh shit, I'm on it. Okay,
wait, I'm so
like
confused.
It was like a surprise for a bunch of people. It's like, yes, they recorded, but not sure. If they're ever gonna, she recorded like 100 songs.
I know, and also this was supposed to be Act 1.
Right, so this happened a long time ago.
Yeah,
like 4 or 5 years ago.
Yep.
So
deep in the pandemic, like in the pandemic, which she said was her most creative period. No, this is.
But like, I love the fact that there's, younger folks
and older folks. Linda Martell deserves her flowers.
Yeah.
Linda Martell.
Living and working in the city, I thought I was a big girl. Oh, I felt so small.
First black woman to perform at the Grand Ole Opry.
Grand Ole Opry.
Also, shout out to Claude and Chuck, because they performed at the Grand Ole Opry too.
Yes, they have. More than once,
the black
actually.
kings that they are.
I feel like the Shandellas have as well, haven't they?
Yes, they have.
I feel like they have.
Yes.
But shout out to Linda Martell. Shout out for Linda Martell getting her flowers. I really do love that aspect of it too. I was not so excited about Post Malone, but I also it's fine. That's just a personal.
Here's my thing. People are going up for like the Miley Cyrus is on it too, and Post Malone. I have grown to appreciate Miley Cyrus.
Oh, I don't actually don't dislike Miley Cyrus. We make fun of Miley Cyrus because yes, girl, you did try to be black and then abandon it, and we all watched it happen, and we're not gonna let you forget that. But I like her voice. I like the uniqueness of her voice. I think it's nice. It's unique. It's distinct. And that song actually belongs on a soundtrack. I don't know if another Thelma and Louise is coming out or whatever the case is, but the song belongs on a soundtrack. Even the song
it was
with
lesbian coded.
I also gathered. I was like, is this me or is this like? Yeah. I did. I picked up on that.
Because at first, in my head it would have been swapped. Like Post Malone would have been on that song and Miley would have been on the other song. But then I was like, and also, I'm going to assume that these choices were because, I gotta trust the vision.
Oh, the choices were for a reason. She don't do nothing unintentionally at all.
Yeah, you gotta, she gotta get on TikTok. I get that. You gotta. The whole goal now is not to, get number one. You gotta get on TikTok first to get a number one.
And the Post Malone song is cute. It's not bad. It's a cute song.
Baby girl, you the pilot, and I ramble on. I could go on, but I'm going on side. So hop out the phone and bring that shit on, cause I'm going no style. And every time you know just what to do. No one ever.
It sounded like he showered.
He had to.
It sounded like. Yeah, because he looked like the couch on Roseanne.
It's wet, and mildew.
Yeah, like mildew, like sour.
Sour.
Sour. Yeah.
Plus
like,
still.
Yeah, like he looks like the couch at Rose, like the show Roseanne is Post Malone. Like, you know what I mean? Like the down to the couch, the blanket on the sofa, the lunchbox that they worked out in.
Exactly. Yes,
you get it.
I do.
Like, yeah. But I was like, oh, it sounds like he showered and used soap and everything.
Yeah, Beyonce was not.
You know,
she was not tolerating that. But it's
Yeah,
still a
and
cute song, and it has that typical sound, and so it definitely flowed.
Yeah, she definitely honored anime.
Oh yes,
Tina Turner.
Oh yes,
I was like, oh, this is an Ike and Tina review.
Absolutely.
Situation.
She honored so many different. She honored Chuck Berry.
Yes.
Even when they did the little radio spin, I was very pleased when I heard I'm going to the river to wash my sins away. I was like, okay, this is very Black. And that's the thing. So I spoke a little bit on Getting Grown about how I didn't love the imagery at this present time of where we are politically, right? Not that we've ever been in a good political time, but especially now. I didn't realize she didn't show the whole flag. I didn't realize that until it was pointed out, and I was like,
that was intentional.
And then listening to the album, I understand, right? Because we are Black Americans who were born here. We weren't given a choice on that. You know what I'm saying? And so, and she is a girl from Texas. That is like in her blood, it's in her bones, and she honored all of her blood and her bones throughout this, which is what I really appreciate. And she's been honoring her blood and her bones actually for some time now. Really, really giving reverence to her ancestors and her lineage and all of that. And so I really appreciate it. And this is who we are. And we don't have to love our government or who runs this country to say that we are a part of this country. We wasn't given a choice to be a part of this country, but nigga, that's what it is. Like, Black American culture is a culture. There are subcultures of Black American culture that are also very prominent cultures. And, whether it be New York culture, whether it be West Coast culture, whether it be Texas rap, whether it be snap, we have cultures within our culture, but it is a prominent one. And we have the right to talk about that.
Absolutely. Like I said earlier, I love America. I just don't like the people that run it.
Yeah.
And this country is filled with a bunch of beautiful people and beautiful subcultures that should be celebrated. Not all, but a lot of them.
Especially the people in which it was stolen from. But and then the people who were stolen and brought to, we deserve our just due as well. So
talk about it. Exactly.
So I appreciated all those elements.
Yeah, I thoroughly love this album. I'm not one of those people that like, oh, I have to listen to this on repeat because I don't want to get tired of it. I do want to enjoy it. Like I typically with Beyonce albums, I will listen to it in full a couple times, then I will stop. And then I would be like, okay, so then when I go re-listen to it, I'm like, oh yes, this is why I love Beyonce. This is why I love the artistry. I love the whole experience. And also with Beyonce songs, more often than not, since Lemonade, you have to listen to the whole album and not just one song.
Because she's telling stories in her albums. No,
you know what I mean. Like I
listened I listened a few times, and I listened through, and I listened through, and I don't find myself getting tired. I feel myself appreciating it more and more as I listen to it, and finding new things within the album. We've talked about how the ballads are not our favorite thing in the world, but I love even the first several songs and the intention of those.
Protector.
Oh my God. What well me up in my eyeballs, nigga. Okay, like
yes,
I was gonna be a protector. And then mommy, can I hit a wobble by? Can I hit a wobble by?
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah. Rumi said, I'm not gonna be the only one out this motherfucker without a Grammy.
I love the certainty in which she speaks too. She's such a little boss. Like I love her little personality. And we got to see it, in the movie. But she's a little powerhouse. And that's just that. Those first few, even 16 Carriages.
Oh, 16 carriages driving away while I watch them ride with my fears away into the summer sunset on a holy night on a long back road. All the tears I fight.
I really love 16 Carriage, and then also I enjoy it now more so because of the album.
Mm-hmm.
Like it makes sense in the whole storytelling of it all.
Mm-hmm.
It all fits together.
Yep.
Because it's like and the only song that sticks out like a sore thumb, honestly, is Texas Hold'em. But that's how I felt.
But she
like
has to have some
Formation.
upbeat, like, you know, she's got to have some dance. And I understand Texas Hold'em in the context of the whole thing. I was like, no, she needs the line dancing. Like she needs some of the very quintessential elements of country, and Zydeco is a part of that. That is you know, that is a part of that as well. And so she had to have that. And I actually think I appreciate Texas Hold'em more now that I've listened to the whole album than I did when it was just a single, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah. It fit, like I get it now, but now I'm like, there's so many better songs. Like there's so many like I said, yeah, Alligator Tears.
Oh, Alligator Tears is so. Even the little short one, My Rose.
Yeah.
Oh.
There's a lot of songs on there that are very short that I wish that were longer. I was like, this is how I know her husband had a hand in this fucking album, because he is good for doing short songs.
PSA.
What was like verses and what's that other song where like hey suck a nigga wherever you are?
Yep.
His not 444, but the other one.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, these are amazing songs, but they're like 30 seconds long. Why?
Yep.
You can make it longer, Queen.
Yep. No, I know, but I do actually kind of like the short element of My Rose. Like I was like, this feels like a little. I love that song. Desert Eagle, so good.
Love that song. That is, I thought, what's my
Bodyguard?
What's his name? On Desert Eagle. My do-rag. What's his name?
Thundercat.
Yes, I thought that was him.
Yeah, but no,
like,
it's not.
What's his name? That Changes song that he has. I was like, oh, is he on it? That's cute if he is. But he wasn't.
But he wasn't anticlimactic.
Yeah, he was. Again, a short song that I wish was longer.
I know. This album is good. It's so good. It's some of my favorite work of hers, like, in history. I have to give her that.
Same.
It's some of her best work.
I will have to fight Ticketmaster again to get tickets this time for whatever Chitlin Circuit Rodeo she comes to town with. Because I was already disappointed. Like, that's somebody we need to vanquish. We need to rise up as a people and go against Ticketmaster. Because let me tell you something, how I just gave up on going to see my two favorite rap queens, Megan and Glorilla.
Oh my God, they have a new song.
Glorilla is I know it's coming out today.
I know. I'm very excited.
And I love Gloria Hallelujah Jones.
Woods.
Jackson or Jones? Woods,
yeah.
Yes.
Same.
Again, that's at the end of the day.
I root for that young lady. I do, very much so.
She is so inspirational.
And you all already know this is a Megan Stan account, so.
She was like, I would have shot Jolene. And I was like, T.
Boots. And honestly, Beyonce sounds like she might have done the same thing too toward the end of that. I was like,
we know Beyonce got hair.
Yeah, and I love how she told us all throughout the album. She continues to let us know that she does like to smoke.
Yes, and that she loves her daddy, but he ain't shit. She never ceases to remind us.
And I like that.
I love that nigga, but fuck
yeah,
him.
I like that a lot, actually. And my mother continues to be pure royalty, just in case you were mistaken.
Just in case you forgot.
And me and my nigga be fucking after, I just.
Oh, she also likes to remind us of that,
yes.
which I choose to ignore.
It's fine.
Or I choose to think that it's about LeBron. So
I don't.
Even though I know Savannah would shoot.
But
her
also,
too,
I just
but
don't endorse this. Like visually, like spiritually. I don't.
I just don't think of, like, I could see Beyonce being a sexual being. I just don't look at her husband as a sexual being.
What you got, babe? Words slurring, engine purring. Mommy front, but I'm so determined. Shots up a drone, now she in the zone. I ain't talking about the 2-3. Mommy in the zone like the homie 2-3. Jordan the chain, make no difference. We all ballin' the same. I am the Mike.
You know what I mean? Like, I know people be fucking. Like, I get it. Whatever. But I just don't.
Yeah, it's kind of like me. Like, people don't look at me as a sexual being.
Okay.
Yeah. Except, no, it's true. It's fine, and I'm okay with that. I did have a friend tell me one time, though. I won't say who it is, but I will tell you later. They said, or maybe you'll guess. They said, if You Interested made a tape, I would absolutely watch that. And I was like,
I already know who said that.
Oh my gosh. So. I said, oh, I was not expecting that. And they were like, yeah, I just want you to know. Like, I just feel like y'all are hot together. And I was like, I mean, I can confirm, but we won't be making a tape.
Yeah. Someone has said that to me about Chris and I, and I was like,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. I'm here to take jokes. I'm just here to make jokes, and what did Boa say on Drag Race? These people came to do Drag Race. I came here to make lasagna. Exactly. That's what I'm here to do.
That is my lot. That is my lot in life. Okay. My email signature is MF Fisher, and it says, first we eat, then we do everything else. So like,
yeah. Okay.
I'm just here to make lasagna. That's it.
That's it.
Well, that was a politically charged episode of Jada XD.
Twas.
Yeah, in our way.
Yeah, it was. Go get you some Cowboy Carter. Yeah. Go listen to Glorilla and Megan. Go
call your people.
Register to vote, because there's local elections coming up, and that is very important as well. We also need to investigate. There's some tea down in the Chicago village that we need to discuss, because I saw these black folks were arguing and fighting with this girl named Tiffany, this mayor, super tea in Dover Village, I think.
Oh, we got to
Illinois.
go look into it.
Yeah.
Fuck Cop City, fuck Eric Adams, fuck the NYPD, fuck the IOF.
Twice.
Fuck.
Twice.
Satan Yahoo.
Netanyahu.
Netanyahu. You.
No.
Fuck.
You.
Fuck them all. Free everybody. Jaden XD out.
Peace.
Yes.